Morning and welcome back. It is the 27th of January, 1942. I don't expect uh, any particularly um, unusual things to happen this turn. Our primary um, goals on the 27th of January is to remove his pickets in the Indian Ocean without giving away the game and extract our forces that were outmaneuvered in China and make sure that we've got the situation on Luzon stable. Continue our preparations. Nope. 020, sinking some of my fast transport patrol boats. They had already unloaded, so other than the victory points from us, S-36 in shallow water is getting abused by two good destroyers who had been escorting my reinforcements onto Luzon and are on their way back to Fusan. Looks like S S-36 is sunk. Had good success against his submarine so far, primarily because they've been operating in shallow water. We'll see what he really has at Mataram this turn, but I'm confident we have enough combat power there to deal with what appears to be two battalions. So my torpedo boats are looks like ready to run down his pickets. That's good. I used the torpedo boats because they had been one, they're not very impressive. They don't certainly indicate a major fleet force, but also they had been operating off Blair. Um, it's part of my invasion of Port Blair a couple days ago. So yes, you can see he just has an AKL out there in the middle of the Bay of Bengal. Again, I suspect that's a picket, but there's only one of them. And again, whatever that is, an AM or PT boat just hanging out in the oceans. He might try another attack. Oh, he's got a little bit of cap today over Bandoing. That he's hitting his troops at Jambi. I don't know if he realizes how weak that armor battalion is. So want to take some of the sting out of any potential counterattack. Not very effective, however. Ah, weather's very bad. Sally's striking at his unit that moved into the open heck. It looks like it was part of a corps. Only one unit. So my brigade in that is going to try to throw it out this turn. Seems likely to succeed. So we'll check, but this level of runway hits isn't terribly impressive. It's been just enough to continue to show damage to the airfield, which means no fort building, which is our goal at this point. I'm going to move my Sallies in once I have enough aviation support here in a couple days or maybe a day, and we'll start hitting that airfield harder. As again, our longer term goal over the coming week or so is to completely suppress that airfield, so we could start taking the rest of the oil on Borneo and even on Java itself. The only other condition for that is the invasion of Cagayan to take that airfield on Mindanao. But I can see the light at the end of the tunnel there. That will leave him Clark, but can't do much about Clark at the moment. But I can suppress Clark. So he tried this again with his bombers. So we had some zeros on long range cap. That will likely end badly for a small number of bombers. You can see I wonder if he's going to try to attack at Clark. Uh, Looks that way since he's throwing in his air power. I don't think he realizes that a veteran regiment's going to be there, even though it's going to be in move mode. So I'm hoping he does, because that will end badly for the Allied forces. So he sent his Dutch bombers, try to hit the oil at Sorabaja. He's been doing this every once in a while. Peats are on cap, but I also have some clods there training, and as the game engine does, it sometimes throws them into the fight. Those are bad pilots, those clods. I mean, they're brand new out of school, so I doubt they will do much. Though doesn't look like he was able to damage the oil. The peats there actually have uh, more. Oh, you got an oil hit. Again, here's another 1,000 supply loss. Again, no sign that his aircraft have sighted my invasion task force in the Indian Ocean, the Bay of Bengal thing. Hmm. 20 is definitely doing a number on my. That's transports. Row 60 catches up with that AKL picket he's had. Okay. His combat power is way down. Oh, yeah. Armor unit continues to battle away at Djambi with air support. Continuing to push his AV way down. Hmm. Losing guns here. Need to check that. Okay. So after his ill-fated shock attack last turn, we will take Madan easily. And that sort of represents the end of any organized resistance on Sumatra. Another turn to let fatigue drop, and then we'll take Kuala Lumpur. Dot base cleanup. Cost me a couple patrol boats as fast transports. More dot base cleanup. So yeah, he had one infantry battalion and a base force. Oh, so there was originally a base force unit. So I wonder if he flew that garrison battalion in there. Again, maybe he didn't intend that to be some sort of secret base, but um, don't want to leave him any opportunities. So I'll have to finish my dot base cleanup here in the coming weeks. He did an attack, showing quite a few disablements for me, and showing his AV back up to 877. But nowhere near enough now to dislodge me. He continues to bombard here. It's fine. He's in perhaps looking for an opportunity to attack here. Okay. Well, so uh, was good. He loses some Chinese bombers, lost some Topsies, an Oscar 1A. Again, this turn I'll be ready to change that unit over to 1Cs. He loses a couple more. Nothing particularly worrisome here. Another regiment about to arrive at Lingen and loading up some uh, core artillery, if you will, or army artillery in the Japanese vernacular, with some long range guns, 100 by 10 centimeter long range guns, which of my available guns are the closest in terms of range to what he has at Clark. So we're going to try to we're going to reinforce our forces on Luzon with what's available in terms of artillery, um, and continue over the coming days and weeks to push troops into Luzon to eventually uh, attack Manila while keeping a firm grip on what we have at Clark. Be interesting to see if he decides to use interior lines and try to reinforce his units at Manila to attack at Manila. So watch for that. And we'll continue to develop our attacks on Java. We've wrapped up that threat and then just dot base cleanup in here. Let's check. KB is in position now off the flank of our invasion task force. One laggard, uh, but we'll keep pushing on Viz. Again, goal is to land by the end of the month. That looks like we're just going to make that. And the TVs have cleaned up his picket. In China, will now be in a position to, let's check hex site ownership here. So a recon battalion will open this hex site, give us freedom over here. We're beginning our attack from the north on Changsha. Continue to grind away on the Ankang Road and getting closer to relieving our two divisions are stuck in the mountains here right now who are being resupplied by air, which risky at the moment, but um, again demonstrates his skill at maneuver. Closing in on Numier and beginning our operation to swap out the 48th Division from Horn Island, get more engineers there. Going to make a go of potentially invading Darwin, see if it distracts him at all. Right now, I want to get the 48th Division safely off of Horn Island and reconsolidated, and I can keep his attention at Darwin rather than Horn Island, but I have the capability to do aviation and available shipping. Then hopefully we can do this extraction swap uh, without much heartburn. and loading our invasion task force for getting our carriers into position. So, of course, the biggest deal going on is a couple hundred ships of the invasion task force in the Bay of Bengal. Looking forward to our next chance to talk.